Welcome both to today's session on emotional intelligence. Appreciate your time that you've taken away from your roles to train. I've sent you a pre-assessment questionnaire, which you both have shared with me and said to me you don't need any reasonable adjustments. So we can begin straight away and go straight into the session. So before I get started, just going to do a little bit of introduction, a little bit of an icebreaker between us, so we can relax and drop our shoulders and get into the training. So my name's Andy. I am the L&D manager for Jobs 22. And what I want you guys to share is your name, your job title, and the last video you watched on YouTube. So I'll pass it over to Sean.
Hi everyone, my name's Sean. Sorry, the second part, do I have to introduce what I do or
just your job role?
Yeah, so my name is Sean. I am a compliance officer by trade. And the last video I watched was, funnily enough, a video in regards to growing your legs by a bodybuilder called Jeff Nippard. So it was about how you can grow your calves, which is something I'm trying to do at the moment. So,
Brilliant.
yeah.
That's something you're into, bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Ibrahim. I'm an operations lead for our Hackney office. And last YouTube video I watched, actually funny enough, was the Jeff Nippard video on the push, pull, and legs that he
I
just
see you're
released.
both into your fitness. You're both into your fitness, I see.
Yeah.
That's good.
What are the odds? What are the odds?
All right, good to find out a bit about yourselves. So the session today is covering emotional intelligence, and our objectives are to find out exactly what is emotional intelligence. We're going to have a look at the 5 key competencies of EI. We're going to look how we communicate with EI as well. And we're going to do a bit of group work or pair work in this situation. And we're going to watch some videos and have a look at a case study to see how emotional intelligence is impactful in the workplace. So before I begin, I want you guys to rate yourselves on your knowledge of emotional intelligence. So we'll just use the chat and put in a score.
And you said it's out of 10, yeah?
Yeah, so put yours in. So Ibs has gone with a 5, and yourself, Sean?
Competitive. I'll have one more.
Gone with a 6. All right. Brilliant. So what is emotional intelligence? So what's your understanding of it? What do you think it is? Ibs, if you want to go first.
Emotional intelligence, my understanding of it is being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand it, or come to some sort of solution for them.
And yourself, Sean?
I think it's kind of being aware of, I guess maybe your interactions with a person, your actions, your utterances, what you say, potentially, and how that impacts and affects another person, and being able to kind of notice and aware, adjust to that to make it be as positively impactful as possible, I guess.
Good. Both good in terms of your views on it. So emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and appropriately respond to the emotions in ourselves and in others. So very close to what you guys were saying there. And there's different competencies when it comes to emotional intelligence. So there's 5 key areas. And what I want you guys to do here is to have a little discussion of what you feel those 5 key competencies are. And then I'm going to share a whiteboard, and I want you to input on that whiteboard, on the 5 post-it notes, what you feel that those are. So you can begin your discussion, and then I'll get the whiteboard ready for you guys.
Okay. So I guess thinking about the competencies that would involve or exemplify, or what will be needed to exemplify emotional intelligence, I guess it will be, but attentive, hearing. So listening, attentive listening skills, I guess.
Agreed.
You can throw that in one of the post-it notes then. And I'm going to give you guys about a minute to do this. So you don't have long to do it.
Listening.
So listening skills. Hang on, I need to magnify this. Oh, so we put listening. Should I just go in and type?
Yep.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. So being
self-aware.
Self-aware.
Throw that one down.
Self-awareness. And we do it in individual, in different.
Yeah, just throw
notes,
each one in a post-it note. Yeah, exactly like you're doing it. That's good.
Should we say being empathetic?
Empathetic, yes. Yes.
You've got about 30 seconds left.
Non-judgmental.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, what we're going to do now is going to go back to the presentation. So from my understanding, you guys have said listening, support, empathy, self-awareness, and what was the last one?
Non-judgmental.
Being non-judgmental, yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So we're going to watch a short video now, and we're going to go through the 5 key competencies to see if they match up with yours. All right, when I share the video, just let me know if you can't hear the sound. The first one of the 5 key competencies is self-awareness, which you both mentioned on the whiteboard. So we're going to watch a short video on self-awareness, which is the ability to recognize, pay attention to, and to understand an emotion when it's felt. So the other 4 key competencies, which you were very close, so I've got to give it to you both, is self-control, which is the ability to manage an emotion so that we can respond appropriately. It's empathy, so this allows us to understand and share our emotions with others. Social competence, which is also a form of social communication, is the ability to communicate effectively and respond appropriately to the emotions of others. And then motivation, which is the ability to positively challenge different emotions to help us achieve specific goals. So these are our 5 key competencies of emotional intelligence. What we're going to do now is we are not going to go into breakout rooms. If there was more of us, we're going to breakout rooms, but there's only 2 of you, so we can do a little bit of group work here. We're going to look at a scenario. And in this scenario, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to discuss and then answer the questions in the bottom right corner. So we're talking about a gentleman called Dale, who is in a situation at work, and we want to understand and identify the emotional intelligence issues that are involved in this case. And also, if Dale is responding to his failure in an emotional intelligent way. And if not, how could he respond better, knowing now that what the 5 key competencies are. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes to read through it, share some ideas with each other, and then answer those couple of questions in the bottom right corner.
So I guess generally, if we're looking at the emotional intelligence issues there, I think there's a few. So one, communication is there. I would say also self-control.
Yeah.
I would say also
The lack of empathy.
Sorry?
I think there's a lack of empathy there because he's blaming his co-workers.
Yes. I think there's a lack of empathy, definitely, as well as a lack of self-awareness too.
Yep.
uh,
Is Dale responding to his failures in an emotionally intelligent way? No, he's
no,
not.
he's not. No.
Definitely not.
So you're
If
saying that
not,
he's not dealing with it in an emotional way, but how?
No,
How
he's
would you
dealing
say
in an
that?
emotional way, but not in an emotional intelligent
but
way.
not in an intelligent way.
Yeah.
So
He is,
how would you feel? What is he showing?
What is he
That make
showing that makes it show that he's not dealing with it?
that makes you say that.
he's
So
bitter. He's very bitter. Blames his colleagues.
yeah,
Blames his wife.
yeah,
And
and it,
he's talking to anyone that will listen to him for 5 minutes, and he's blaming others.
yeah. So again, if you're looking at it from the five different kind of factors there, he's showing a lack of self-awareness by taking his his grievances and putting it upon people, irrespective of if people want to know about it or not. So he's lacking self-awareness there because he's being self-centered about it. He's lacking self-control because he can't control his feelings about the whole situation and address it in a more rational and level-mannered way. He's lacking empathy because he's blaming everybody. So he's lacking empathy when he's blaming his wife for not taking responsibility, which is a bit also, which kind of goes with self-awareness as well, where it's a blaming situation. He's lacking empathy with the new team leader because he's indirectly trying to make that person feel bad for being promoted as well. So that's also, the issue there.
And he's still going on about it a year later.
Yeah, so you could even add communication there because he's being poor in expressing his feelings about the situation in a proper way. Where if he had been better at communicating his disappointments to, say, for example, his partner and other people, he would have been able to access more empathy from those people. As well.
Brilliant, super. So you mentioned communication as one of the things he could do differently. Name me a couple of other things that he could do differently, or that you would do differently if you was in this situation.
I guess even from even from like looking at it from a case of, again, I would like to believe anyway that I would be more self-aware about, again, how the entire situation, how I'm presenting, how my emotions is ruling or driving how I'm responding to the situation, and how that potentially could be impacting others, including in this case my wife, as well as my colleagues, and what kind of environment I will end up creating for myself based on that. So I would hope my self-awareness will kick in to kind of think about that.
Super. And yourself, Ibs?
Sorry.
I'm very much in agreement with Sean, if I'm being honest. Like, he's just literally taking all of my answers, to be honest.
Sorry. I'm lacking self-awareness there. I apologize.
That's the trouble with someone going first, right? You always want to go first when it comes to this.
No, but I do definitely agree with it. I think how he could respond better is exactly what Sean said, but also I think this is more addressing the issue with him. Like, I was gonna go across as far as saying his communication, he could have communicated to the leadership training program to say, I would need more time, instead of just going ahead for the exam and just taking it and then just blaming his wife and his colleagues. But also, it's like Sean said, he is lacking in empathy and self-awareness in terms of how he's making his colleagues and his wife feel by blaming them for all of his responsibilities, which could create a very negative effect.
Brilliant.
And the jealousy with the new team leader will just start very bad, because being jealous of your new team leader who's going to be in charge.
Good stuff.
Could we even link it to motivation as well?
Yeah.
Because obviously the jealousy in itself could impact his motivation in regards to obviously, him doing his job properly going forwards as well. Because it could be a demotivator as well because of those other issues around, emotional intelligence.
Yep. So what I want to do now is round it up a little bit. And if you go into the chat, you'll see a poll. And in that poll, you've got a multiple choice question where you have the 5 key competencies. So
Yeah.
just tick one of those, submit your vote and tick one of those boxes within the poll.
Mhm.
And then I'll share it later in an email as well, so you can see the results of the poll.
Yep. All done.
Super. Brilliant. So what I want to do now is I want to do a brief summary of what we've covered. So thank you both for your time. In this session, we covered what is emotional intelligence. We looked at the 5 key competencies. And we done a little bit of a case study just now. We watched one of the videos, which I'm going to be sending you the rest of the links to watch other videos related to those 5 key competencies. And then we saw how in the scenario, our example of Dale and how he communicated with emotional intelligence in the workplace. And then we done a little bit of group work as well. So what I want you to do using the chat again, I want you to put a score based on what we've gone through. So Ibs has gone from a 5 to an 8, which is great. Shows that you've taken something away from the session. And then Sean's gone from a 6 to an 8 as well. Fantastic. That's really good to see. There's lots of resources and materials that I'll share some links with you guys in the email if you want to upskill in this area again. Looking at my lovely slide, what do you think I'm going to ask you here?
If we like KFC.
Yes, that too, or it might make you hungry. What do you think I'm asking you from this slide? It's a bit of a catchphrase.
I have no idea.
Put everything in one bag.
Close.
One size doesn't fit all, or something like that.
No, you're going further away.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
It says one thing and bag.
I should have some buzzers for you guys in it to see for catchphrase where it goes.
Maybe. To be honest with you, I actually have no clue. I'm just
So
what's
she got in the bag? So I want you guys to tell me what's one thing you're gonna take away from this session.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah,
Yes. You're gonna kill me now.
Yeah, when I see you, I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna have words, young man. Words.
So
Actually,
yeah, thinking about this session, what's one thing you'll take away?
One thing I'm actually going to take from it is actually to actually then really kind of utilize or be more aware of actually the key elements around, because you naturally think you are emotionally intelligent, but then it's something you just think you just apply naturally, but you don't actually think of the fundamentals that define it. So I think more now, now that I'm aware of those fundamentals, I will be more aware of actually applying those to kind of make me a bit more assured that I'm being emotionally intelligent. Yeah.
Brilliant.
100%.
Nice. And yourself, what's your one thing you're going to take away?
I think one thing from those 5 key areas is being just that little bit more self-aware of things. Not because I just go around the office and spurt out and try and make people feel bad. I definitely do not do that. But it's just being self-aware when people are coming to me with problems and things like that, to make sure that I am paying attention, I am listening to them, I am not, gazing my eyes away and trying to think of when the time is coming, because I do have a habit of looking around, but it's not because I'm not listening. It's just I'm a bit uncomfortable at looking someone dead in the eye for more than 30 seconds.
So it's just that awareness that makes you more emotional intelligent, which is great. Good to know. So we're finishing up our session. Any questions from you guys around anything that we covered?
Are we gonna have another session in regards to the other 4 key areas, or maybe something a bit different? Because this was really enjoyable.
Yeah, definitely. Something that we can book in. But there is some other additional material that I'll put in an email to you guys. And if it's not sufficient, then you can let me know and we can book something else in. So any other questions?
No, it was just very insightful. I
Brilliant.
enjoyed the knowledge that I've gleaned from it so far. So yeah.
Super. My pleasure. Have a lovely rest of your day, and hope to see you guys soon on another session.
Thank you, Andy.
You too. Take care.